I'm just concerned because I know that you come from a school of thought, and those that are in that school of thought that really believe that we war with words, basically, that we can solve our problems through discussion, through pen, through debate. Have we gone beyond that? Are we now so polarized? Because she didn't want that. I know that she didn't. Well, I hope she didn't. I know she's a hardcore left-wing liberal because I used to be on the show with her years ago. But we also see that on the right, that everyone is just settled in their ways and they're not listening to any discussion beyond their 5 talking points.
Yeah, well, you always have the potential for human society to dissolve into 2 warring camps that see the other as evil. This is something that Thucydides writes about in his history of the Peloponnesian War, going back over 2,400 years. It's something the founders were well aware of and talked extensively in the Federalist Papers about. The thing, human society always involves reason and force. That in the great political philosophic work, The Republic, the first person who becomes Socrates' ally in the battle, as he sets to discuss what the ideal state is, a man whose Greek name translates as the ruler of war, Polemachus. And that's not an accident, but it's words that persuade the ruler of war to fight for justice. And that's why people like I and people like you and people like Dr. Allen ultimately have important roles to play, because it's the words that we talk about, the problems that we frame, and the solutions that we offer that help motivate the person who's actually going to go do the battle, whether that battle is physical or political, like with Lincoln, to achieve justice in a real human society.
So to speak to that group, because it is the basic population are just sheep. They get up, go to work every day, and hope everything works out.
I don't think people are sheep, but there's a distinction between the soul that is inspired to action and leadership and the soul that is inspired to live in the quiet valleys of a serene life. And there's dignity and worth in that life too. Yes, and in fact, the just leader recognizes and exalts the valley.
Well, actually, that's really good, because I actually agree with that. We should not have to check on our legislators. And so I'm wondering, Dr. Allen, to Henry's point about even the founders of the country knowing this tension and this man, this part of man that the Lord wants to bow the knee before him and him alone. Is that what motivated our 3-part government? Is this what the founders saw and tried to solve?
Well, it's unquestionable that what they saw was that without relying upon the power of the conscience and the responsibility of self-government, there was no future. There was nothing, no answer to the question of human misery or the struggle between words and war without relying upon the conscience and self-government. And so when you look at the situation we're facing now, as you and Henry were just discussing, you see what the target is. People want to detach us today from our forebears. That's why they tell us that we carry the stains, the slings, the lashes of slavery, rather than seeing the resilience, the strength of our forebears. And having received from them the strength to carry on, they tell us we're in a weakened condition. We're victims. They were beaten and we're beaten. But by telling us that, they're making us show contempt for our past.